Definitely a different video today. Definitely a different video. For those you don't know, well, let's go back a bit more. I grew up in the I started watching TV around late 2000s. I was born in 2004, so I started watching TV. Yeah, late 2000s, early 2010s. I mean, I still watch TV technically now, but when I started was yeah, late 2000s. And one of the shows I'd watch, of course, was PBS Kids. Not really a show. PBS Kids is actually a network, and of course, it would broadcast, as you can imagine, a bunch of kids shows. It was run by PBS itself, and yeah, it was a kids show broadcasting network. That some of its shows moved around a bit, some of its shows stayed. It's been through a weird little patch. It was taken down, but then relaunched on January 16th, 2017. So that's pretty nice. And one website that came along with it was PBS Kids Games, which of course you can imagine was a place where you could play the game, certain flash games of certain shows. I don't know if there was Flash or something else, but yeah, it was a place for games of PBS Kids shows. We're gonna be seeing if that site's still around today, if it's still functional, and I'm gonna try and get back to it, even if I can't play any games. I don't plan on playing any games, even if I could though. Would you look at that? We have the website. So let's just check this out. Wow, this is not the way I remember the website. um, it was definitely not like this. This may have again the site the network itself was relaunched, so they probably had a rebrand of certain kids games. I remember the site looked completely different to this. Um, it's kind of like the Lego Games website. How the Lego Games website would change. The games on the website would change as new sets came out every couple months or so. So if you played back in 2012 and want to play those games today, you'd probably have to specifically search them up, or they might just not be there. For your information. So what we're gonna do now is boot up Wayback Machine and see if this is gonna work. See what happens when we put the link inside the website. I'm skeptical again. If the site was taken down again and relaunched, it may mean that if it's under a different domain and whatnot, it may not be the same site that I was on all those years ago. This may be a 2017 version of the site, or yeah, maybe a
PBS Kids.
Jesus Christ, that was loud. Maybe a 2017 version of the site, or it may be a completely different site in general, just with the PBS Kids brand. We're gonna find that out. Would you look at that? We're in luck. Funny actually. When I typed in the link, it popped up xccr.com because of my search history. That was the last time I used this back in the XCCR video. Let's go back to. I guess this is around 2009. Let's boot up a 2009 link. Jesus, I keep trying to open it in a new tab. This is very clunky. Okay, there we go. Let's see what happens. Moment of truth. This is not it. This is not what it looked like. I remember there's like a circle with all these games in or something like that. There's a sort of a circle you had, and it didn't look like this. There's no sound effects, thank God. But no, it didn't look like this. It's like the circle, this sort of hub they had with all these games on it. You could rotate the circle, give you different games. I guess it's just not here. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a little more digging. So I decided to try a 2011 link, and this is maybe more accurate to what it was like. I don't know for sure. I don't know. I barely remember the games themselves. I just remember the layout of the website, but the games themselves I barely remember. I just know it had to do with PBS Kids, but it it doesn't seem to be here. This is the era I played it in. So yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have too much luck here. While this is loading, frankly, I'm surprised this site was even archived. But you'll need to turn on JavaScript inside your browser. Um, no, yeah, this is 2012. I don't think I was on the site too much by then. I was playing Lego games and whatnot, but not PBS Kids. Maybe it was older. I understand why would they go with an older layout with a more rudimentary layout. It doesn't make sense. I remember all these cartoons. I remember all these cartoons. Some of these at least. Some of these, but there's plenty that I don't. That I never because I never watched them back in the day. But yeah, I don't. I guess the website's non-existent. I Jeez, that looks terrifying. Um, yeah, I don't remember this. Okay, I have another idea. There's a Curious George painting game that you could play. I'm gonna see if I can find that. Maybe that wasn't even PBS. Maybe it was something else entirely. Let's see if I can track that down. Okay, so this is, I believe, the painting game. Flash player is no longer supported, so you can't play this. But is this it? If I go to here, PBS Kids, no, that is loud. I'll do that again, but I gotta remember to turn it down. Let's just turn that down. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is what it looked like. This is something what it looked like. It would have this sort of semicircle here. Hold on, hold on. Okay, so if I put this, I'm just gonna turn that off. That's a little annoying. If we take that, put that there, and see if there's any 2012. This may be the actual website. Look at that. There's more links. Let's go 2009. Let's go 2009. Moment of truth. No, it's different. It's different. Okay. 2010. Because again, I remember it. Whoops. It was reminiscent of. Wait a minute. Games, or maybe it's just PBS Kids in general. No, the website was reminiscent of something like this. It had this bar here where you would choose the games you want, and whatnot. And yeah, I don't. These are shows though. These aren't games, are they? I don't think so. Actually, I remember this show, Martha Speaks, about a talking dog. Like I said, they have games on it, but still, I don't. Yeah, it doesn't. Had the website changed that much? Even if it did, though, we should still be able to find it in Wayback Machine. That's the part that fumbles me on it. Is that it doesn't make any sense. So maybe it was later than I thought. Maybe in 2011. I doubt the website would change all that much within a few months. That's why I'm only taking 1 month out of the year. But educational games, videos. Maybe it was an application. Maybe it wasn't a website. If I remember correctly, it could have been an application of some sort that you had to download. Yeah, I don't. This is not what it looked like. These website variations look worse than the previous ones we've seen. Yeah, no, this is not what it looked like. I remember there's like that sort of, you had a sort of pad, circle pad you could move the mouse around and go to, and the point is it wasn't this. It wasn't what we're seeing now. So I decided to go on YouTube for some answers, and I found this, which is a 2008 PBS Kids website recreation flashpoint. So that's right, I made a full offline copy of the 2008 website. It has the same domain as this. Is this the website? I mean, I don't think so. It's a little cut off there, but is this the website? The same website as his? I don't know. That's a question I have. Yeah, I don't know entirely. What is Yeah, I'm still at a loss, I'm still at a loss, but it looks something like this. I gotta admit, it was reminiscent of something like this. It had, again, this sort of circle that you could choose which games you want by moving it, and all sorts of stuff like that. I'm trying to find out I'm looking on YouTube and looking at certain promos and videos from 2010. And so far I've found no luck, but I think I'm getting closer if anything. Again, it did have this sort of bar. I forgot what the background was and whatnot. Like, the website could just be totally different from how I remember. I hope not, but it's a possibility. So yeah, here's that promo I was talking about. And I remember this guy. He was a kid, I guess. Not really too much to say about him.
Just come to pbskids.org. Click on games and play along with your PBS Kids pals, like Curious George. Try out his new game Bug Catcher and have a buggy blast. Or check out the Cat in the Hat his games and play along with your PBS Kids.
I don't remember this section of the site. I just remember that circle he's talking about right here. I just remember, that's all I remember. There's the circle itself and a few other things with that, but I can't remember what they are. I remember watching PBS back in the day. It was a very cool network, cool sort of broadcasting network, because again, just all the kids stuff they had. And yeah, I remember I'd always watch it for a couple hours, and then do some other stuff. I don't quite remember, honestly, but so far I've had no luck. So it could be possible that this let's go back to Wayback Machine. It could be possible that this is the right site, sort of, but it just looks different from how I remember. But it's so weird because I remember seeing that sort of this circle thing that he's talking about back in the day. There we go. I remember seeing that circle thing back in the day, and being able to choose my games and whatnot. I remember this around 2009, if I had to guess, 2008-ish. But I remember it having a sort of background that was like this, but I can't find anything about that now. I can't find anything about it. And I guess we're gonna have to drop this to Lost Media. Just as a little bonus, we're going to put in Lego games, because this was another site I went on, and you gotta be joking. 2012 was around the time when I played it, when all the nostalgia, where all the nostalgia would be. So, seeing as it doesn't really, it's non-existent, then it really is too bad. Is this the actual site itself? Maybe it's a different site that had the games. I don't quite know for sure. I'm on the website itself on my other browser, on my other window right now, but I don't think this is it. Yeah, so it's either not saved or I'm on the wrong version of the website. Could have had some changes over time or something like that. Could have had a bunch of different stuff. Find games by theme. I'm just gonna bring the website over here. I thought maybe there's a different place I had to go to for the games, but if I click any of these games, it takes me to the actual game itself, and not the whole hub, which I'm assuming would be this site, but I guess not. Again, maybe it just wasn't saved. But yeah, I'd call this video sort of a letdown almost. Because we really did not find any sort of website. I mean, I technically found the PBS Kids website, but it's not how I remember it. And I feel like there is another version out there that I went on, but I don't really I don't really know for sure. So that wraps up this video. The main reason why I did this is because I haven't really done a web video like this where I investigate something or talk about something. So I figured why not go back and try and track down this old website, which I guess I did, but not the version I was hopefully looking for. And maybe remember this website, maybe you know what I'm talking about with the circle pad and whatnot. And yeah, for instance, one of the games I remember was this Curious George painting game where you had to paint the picture, but you only had like 4 colors. You had to mix a bunch of stuff. And I think I found a video of it right here. But you had to mix a bunch of stuff, and I would always never make it too far because I always think, how am I supposed to mix these colors to get certain colors? I thought the paintings were usually rather advanced, so I was confused on how I'd actually be able to paint with only 4 colors. I was like, I can't mix colors for shit, really. Yeah, so here's the game itself, and this is what it was like. You have to mix the colors, and I'll turn this down, and you have to mix them in, and it would just fill them in for you. And yeah, I remember the sound effects and all that. I remember you'd have to spin the wheel if you wanted to get rid of the colors that you didn't want. I remember all of this, and yet it seems to not be found. Is there a description? Nope, there isn't. Mix and paint. You know what? I'll search it up just to make sure I was looking at the right one earlier. Yeah, so this is it. This is the website I was talking about, but it's not here. It's requires Flash version 8. This may be the only reminiscent of what I was talking about. Again, the Wayback Machine does have logs of it. This is not the right website, of course, but they're not. I guess they're just not how I remember. That's the only reasoning I have behind this. Of course, nowadays, as you could probably imagine, I don't really use PBS Kids games, but it always is nice to go and see the nostalgia. But I guess I can't find it. I can't find it. Again, that could be the very website. Maybe I was just looking at a different page, but I don't really think that's quite the case. That website with the circle on it and that you could choose your games, that was the main hub, and I guess it's just gone in a sense. I don't know. If anyone has any information, please let me know. I would like to at least see this site again after all these years, after all this time has passed, after all these videos have come up, after all these animations. A lot of time has passed since then for everybody, since 2008, 2009, 2010-ish. So yeah, it would be nice to see if there's any reminiscence of this website. Please send it my way. I would at least like to watch it again. Not watch it, view it again, look at it again.